Wray, CTO of CenturyLink.
Hello.
He's going to talk about some .NET, I believe.
Yep. So I know we have a couple more lightning talks coming up, so I have about 300 slides, and I know you guys have lunch, so we're going to go through all of them. No, I'm just kidding. We won't do that. I'm actually just going to give an update to really get everybody in the same ballpark on what .NET is. We did it actually at the first CF Summit, where we are, what we're doing, and this is really just give an update of where we are. So this is literally kind of how our team looks at this. It's the water is Cloud Foundry, and we're oil kind of slowly leaking into it. But this is really what we're doing over basically our entire journey with Iron Foundry. We're basically slowly leaking in, putting in all of our good stuff around .NET and enabling it in a good way. And a little bit about Iron Foundry. It started out in 2011, and we really are focused on a couple big things. One is we want to extend Cloud Foundry with .NET. We want to make sure that language is extremely portable, easy to use. There's a ton of .NET developers, especially in the enterprise, that are using that today. They want to use a newer technology, and quite honestly, we hear them constantly say, hey, we want to be able to take .NET and use open services behind that. So Elastic Link, Cassandra, Mongo, Rabbit, all those things underneath, and normally they're kind of stuck in an ecosystem that's all Microsoft. The other thing that we do with the Iron Foundry project is we really focus on enabling the .NET with developer tools, so Visual Studio integration and clients. Those are the big things that really get missed as we go through the Cloud Foundry ecosystem. So a little bit update. We believe right now that we're going to be through incubation, hopefully through the summer. That means that literally you'll be a first-class citizen at that point. You guys will be able to install it. We went into incubation literally, I think, a week after the foundation was formed. And this is something that we're going to really start pushing forward on. We've done a ton of things to basically include Iron Foundry v2 in the Cloud Foundry v2 system. First, of course, we really updated the .NET container, and this, of course, is all online. This is not a sales pitch of selling anything. CenturyLink is a service provider. This is all glory for you guys. Anybody who wants to use .NET or enable it, this is something that CenturyLink highly backs, and we want to basically make that happen. So we updated the .NET container, basically rolled that all the way through. I'm not going to go through all the highlights, but some of the big ones is memory and CPU limits. CPU limits are coming, but memory is already there. We also got it all built and working through the standard containers that we have today. Also, SQL Server. This is the #1 request that we've heard from everybody, and this is actually already done in code. It's now live on the repo. Anybody can use it. It basically is a full SQL Server connector. For anybody who's using Microsoft technology, they can basically connect to a SQL Server using what Iron Foundry is up on its repo. The next thing we did, which was most recent, we actually added SQL Server, the .NET container. We've been basically publishing. We moved it into incubation, so the Iron Foundry project's actually under the Cloud Foundry repos. And one of the things that we like to do is really dog food and start giving access to people as fast as possible and get them understanding the revs. And so there's actually ironfoundry.me. This is a free environment, has all the Cloud Foundry v2 bits in it, plus Iron Foundry and SQL Server. So you're able to get .NET extensions, be able to do whatever you want. You can do a polyglot, so actually run a different language with .NET and also be able to do multiple services on the back end. This is a free environment for anybody who wants to trial it. We actually do this for a couple reasons. One is we want to dog food it. Second one is we are constantly updating this thing. This launched, I believe, about a month ago. It's had some good traction. Anybody who wants to sign up, just go online to ironfoundry.org and you can get up and running. If you want to download the bits, they're all online. So you can download all the bits and get up and running really easily. Where we're going with this, and I know we already had a good talk about Diego, but I want to just emphasize, we want to make sure that .NET is a first-class citizen. Diego really enables that. This is a big change for the way Cloud Foundry first started. And I'll give you a nice little story about how when we first went to the pivotal group and we started talking about Windows, or even at Cloud Foundry, when I first met them, And we are like literally, before even Cloud Foundry launched, they were really excited because we knew what Windows was. And they were like, man, can you guys write Iron Foundry? Can you add .NET to our Cloud Foundry stuff? And this was even before it came out. And then, after they started really gaining momentum, we went to Pivotal, and realistically, we realized a lot of the guys haven't played with Windows for a long time. They don't understand how it works, how it's enabled. And so we've had to spend a significant amount of time, and it's been great to work with the Pivotal guys to actually understand how are we going to put Windows and make it extremely compatible. And this is one of the big pushes that we have, is we've been working with the Diego team to actually put it into Windows. And so this is kind of the architecture. I know this is high level, but one of the things that we kind of see here is that we'll be able to run side by side with the same code, same everything, but basically on a Windows platform. And this will make it extremely easy to use, great to get up and running. And our goal out of this is to really make it so you guys aren't having to fork anything, change anything. It's really just right in line, easy to use. And once this is done, we're pretty much finished with the core of Iron Foundry. This will make it so that we're completely compatible, all up and running, and this language is now awesome. Where we're going, since this is now, we're merging everything into the main of Cloud Foundry, and especially with Diego, we're able to focus on a lot of different things on our platform. One of them, of course, is we're going to be launching a CFv2 client for .NET. We've done some work on that. Actually, Altros has also done some work for it, and so we're pushing that all together. Bosch for Windows. Yeah, we have to work on that. So we have actually a significant amount of work in the second half of this year around enabling Bosch for Windows and getting that up and running. Bosch really hasn't fully embraced what Windows is, and we're going to start working on that. We also have a Cloud Foundry client, which we call Loki. We also have another one called Thor, which is an OS X. Visual Studio extensions are going to be updated to V2 very shortly. PowerShell, NuGet, and of course, Windows authentication. These are the core things that we're really focused on to get .NET fully into the Cloud Foundry project. And this is what's great about it. We're making really good progress. We're adding a lot of code. We're getting things up and running. And one of the things that I want to say is, I know everybody says, yes, we're hiring. Instead of hiring, we would like you just to contribute. Contribute to Cloud Foundry, check in your code, work with your companies to actually do open source. The other thing is, of course, contribute to Iron Foundry. We're more than happy to do that. And even at CenturyLink, when I first started this, it was tier 3. We were a small startup doing cloud computing, and now we're backed by CenturyLink, which is a $20 billion company, and they're backing this all the way through. And to the point where we actually are building full new offices in the Seattle area. If you guys want to learn Iron Foundry, get up and running, understand what you're doing, this is not a sales pitch. This is us actually just saying, we will host you, we will help you guys out, just like Pivotal does with a lot of their stuff, and say, hey, you guys want to learn Cloud Foundry, you should come and do a dojo. Same thing with us. We want you guys to get enabled. We want to get up and running. That's it. Thank you.